Chosen One, this Monday will be unbelievable. Not because of something external happening by chance, but because of what is shifting inside you as this new week begins. There is an energy building within you, a level of clarity, alignment, and inner readiness that you may not have fully recognized yet. This Monday carries the energy of awakening, of grounding, of stepping into a mindset that will transform the way you move through your days. It is not a random moment. It is the reflection of the internal momentum you've been quietly building for a long time. You are stepping into a version of yourself that sees more clearly, responds more calmly, and chooses more wisely. And that internal evolution is what will make this Monday unbelievable, Chosen One, because you are finally aligned with your own strength. Before we go deeper into this message, Chosen One, stay with this video until the very end, because each part of it is meant to open something in your awareness, soften your spirit, and strengthen your inner direction. And write your warmest wishes and 144 in the comments as a symbolic affirmation of your alignment and energy. This will be the only moment we speak about wishes. The rest will focus fully on the transformation unfolding through you as this new week arrives. Now, Chosen One, press the hype button, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's start. Chosen One, you have been moving through a season where your spirit has been shedding old layers quietly, gently, consistently. You may not have realized how much you've changed, because transformation rarely announces itself loudly. It happens slowly, in your thoughts, in your habits, in your responses, in your silence. And then, suddenly, you reach a moment where you look around and realize you're no longer the same person you were months or even weeks ago. This Monday reflects the culmination of that slow transformation. It is not an outside miracle that makes the day unbelievable. It is you stepping into the internal alignment that has been forming beneath the surface. You may feel a sense of grounding rising within you, a feeling that you are more sure of yourself, more in tune with your intuition, more aware of your emotional needs. This kind of inner grounding is powerful because it shifts how you approach everything. When you are grounded, you don't chase chaos, you move with intention. When you are grounded, you don't collapse under pressure, you respond with clarity. When you are grounded, you don't lose yourself in other people's expectations. You remain rooted in your truth. This Monday will feel unbelievable because you will feel the difference in who you are becoming. Chosen One, people around you may not understand the depth of your transformation because they have only seen your surface. They have not seen the internal work, the emotional weight you've carried, the quiet battles you've faced, the patterns you've broken, the truths you've embraced. They haven't witnessed the nights where you had to confront yourself honestly, or the mornings where you chose to rise despite exhaustion. But you know how far you've come. You know what you've survived. You know what you've healed. And because of that, this Monday becomes a symbolic threshold, a moment where your inner growth meets your outer life more clearly. This Monday will feel unbelievable because your spirit is no longer walking into the week with the burdens of who you used to be. You are stepping in with a new understanding of your boundaries, your emotions, your direction, and your purpose. You are no longer operating from depletion. You are operating from awareness. You are no longer trying to force outcomes. You are aligning with what feels right for your soul. You are no longer allowing stress to dictate your responses. You are moving with calm inner authority. Chosen One, you may notice that the things that once triggered you now seem easier to navigate. The problems that once overwhelmed you now look smaller from this new perspective. The doubts that once controlled your thoughts now have less power over you. This is because you have grown into someone who no longer reacts from fear, but responds from understanding. Emotional intelligence has become your anchor, and this Monday reflects that stability. Another reason this Monday will feel unbelievable is because you are beginning to trust yourself in ways you didn't before. You trust your instincts. You trust your decisions. You trust your timing. You trust your healing. This trust did not arrive overnight. It came from learning to listen to yourself, respect yourself, and honor the signals your mind and spirit give you. This inner trust is the foundation of the quiet strength you now carry, and it will shape how this week unfolds. Chosen one, you may feel a new wave of clarity rising within you. Clarity about your direction. Clarity about what you want to release. Clarity about what you want to embrace. Clarity about who you want to become. This clarity will make Monday feel different, not because the day is magical, but because you are finally stepping into your life with honest eyes and a steady heart. You may also feel more connected to your emotional rhythm. You recognize when you need rest. You recognize when you need solitude. You recognize when you need stillness. You recognize when you need action. This emotional awareness allows you to navigate your day with intention instead of pressure, with understanding instead of overwhelm. Chosen one, you are no longer living reactively. You are living consciously. This Monday is a reflection of that shift. It is a moment where you realize that life feels different because you feel different. You have become more patient, more intuitive, more thoughtful, more grounded, more resilient, more awake. And that inner evolution begins shaping the external world around you. Not because life suddenly becomes easier, but because you meet it with a stronger, wiser version of yourself. This Monday will feel unbelievable, not because something external happens, but because you will feel the internal transformation that has been quietly unfolding, finally expressing itself through your actions, your thoughts, your choices, and your presence. Chosen one, you are entering this new week as someone who cannot be shaken easily, someone who cannot be thrown off their path by temporary challenges, someone who carries both strength and softness in equal measure. You are stepping into this week not as the person you were, but as the person you have been becoming. Chosen one, as this unbelievable Monday approaches, you may begin to sense a quiet shift in your internal pace. Your mind is slowing just enough to hear your intuition more clearly. Your emotions are balancing just enough to connect thoughts with truth. Your spirit is grounding just enough to feel steady, centered, and aware. This is not a random emotional change. It is the result of the inner foundation you've been building beneath the surface. You are learning how to move through life with a deeper, more conscious rhythm, one that reflects growth rather than pressure. And this Monday will feel different because you will show up as someone who understands themselves more fully than before. You may also feel a sense of internal organization taking place. Thoughts that once tangled now form coherent patterns. Feelings that once overwhelmed you now reveal themselves with clarity. Situations that once confused you now make sense through the lens of your new emotional maturity. This inner organization is subtle, but it is powerful. It's like your mind and spirit have decided to work together rather than against each other. Chosen one, this is why the week ahead will feel smoother, lighter, more aligned. You are no longer in conflict with yourself. Another shift happening within you is the renewal of your inner confidence. Not the loud, showy kind of confidence people perform for others, but the quiet, rooted kind that grows from truth. You are starting to feel more certain in your choices, more solid in your boundaries, more connected to your inner wisdom. You are trusting your ability to navigate whatever lies ahead. You may not have all the answers, but you are anchored in a mindset that allows you to move forward with intention. And that alone changes the tone of your entire week. Chosen one, you are also becoming more emotionally discerning. You recognize when an emotion is yours and when it belongs to someone else. You recognize when you are truly upset and when you are simply tired. You recognize when your spirit is signaling caution and when it is signaling opportunity. This discernment protects your energy. It prevents unnecessary emotional entanglement. It helps you move through life with efficiency rather than overwhelm. This Monday will be unbelievable because you will approach everything with sharper emotional insight. And that insight will guide you into decisions that reflect your growth. There is also a new softness forming inside you. Not weakness, but softness. A gentleness toward yourself. A patience with your own process. A compassion for your own journey. You are no longer demanding perfection from yourself. You are allowing progress. You are no longer criticizing yourself for what you didn't know. You are acknowledging how far you've come. You are no longer rushing your healing. You are respecting its pace. This softness will shape your Monday in beautiful ways because you will move through the day with a kinder internal voice. Chosen one, you may start noticing that you are becoming more selective with your thoughts. You no longer give energy to ideas that drain you. You no longer entertain spirals that lead nowhere. You no longer feed narratives rooted in fear or insecurity. Instead, you gently guide your thoughts toward clarity, truth, and possibility. This mental discipline is not something you learned overnight. It has been forming through introspection and patience. And this Monday, you will feel the strength of a mind that is finally learning to work with you instead of against you. Another shift is your relationship with time itself. You no longer feel consumed by urgency. You no longer feel pressured to rush your growth. You no longer feel the need to force outcomes. Instead, you move through the hours with a sense of calm, trusting that what aligns will unfold naturally. This new pacing allows you to exist in the present more fully, reducing the emotional weight that once followed you into each day. When Monday arrives, it will feel different, not because of what happens, but because you will move differently within it. Chosen one, your emotional resilience has also become stronger. You bounce back more quickly. You adjust more gracefully. You understand more deeply. You respond with more awareness. You don't break the way you used to. You don't collapse under the pressures that once felt unbearable. This resilience is not a mask. It is a reflection of the healing you've done. This is why Monday will feel unbelievable. You will meet challenges with poise, clarity, and a rooted sense of self. You may also feel a renewed sense of direction rising in you. Not necessarily a detailed plan, but a pull, a knowing, a gentle alignment towards something meaningful. You are beginning to understand what feels right for you and what does not. You are beginning to sense the environments where you thrive and the ones where you shrink. You are beginning to understand what your spirit wants to experience next. This internal direction is guiding your steps in ways that will shape your week with intention. Chosen one, you may also notice that the energy around you feels lighter, more spacious. This is because you have quietly released emotional burdens you no longer needed. You have stopped carrying the weight of people's expectations. You have stopped holding on to stories that don't belong to you. You have stopped replaying moments that keep you in old cycles. This release created room for peace, and peace will be one of the main reasons this Monday feels unbelievable. You are stepping into this week with a new level of emotional intelligence, a new level of self-awareness, a new level of intuition, a new level of strength, and a new level of alignment. All of these internal upgrades are shaping your experience of the world in ways you may not fully realize yet. Chosen One, this Monday is not unbelievable because of external events. It is unbelievable because of the internal evolution you are bringing into it. You are walking into the week as someone who understands themselves more deeply, trusts themselves more fully, and honors themselves more consistently. And that version of you will experience life differently, respond differently, choose differently, rise differently. Chosen One, as this unbelievable Monday draws near, something within you is beginning to settle in a way that feels rare. A sense of internal readiness that you may not have felt in a long time. This readiness is not loud or dramatic. It doesn't rush through you with force. It rises gently, like morning light slowly filling a quiet room. You feel it in your thoughts, in your breath, in the way you observe your surroundings. You feel more present, more connected, more aware. It is as if your spirit is quietly preparing you for a new rhythm that will carry you through the week ahead. You may find yourself becoming more attentive to your own emotions, not in a reactive way, but in a reflective one. You notice how your body reacts when something feels aligned. You notice the shift in your spirit when something feels off. You notice when a moment asks you to lean in and when a moment asks you to step back. This heightened emotional awareness is a sign of growing emotional intelligence, Chosen One. And emotional intelligence shapes the entire tone of your days. It allows you to respond instead of react. It allows you to observe instead of absorb. It allows you to move with intention instead of confusion. Another transformation you may feel is the stabilization of your inner peace. Your peace is no longer fragile. It no longer depends on the approval of others or the outcome of situations beyond your control. It is becoming internal, self-generated, self-sustained. Even when life feels unpredictable, you remain steady. Even when emotions rise, you remain grounded. Even when uncertainty appears, you remain centered. This newfound stability makes Monday feel like a beginning you are finally equipped to navigate with confidence. Chosen One, you may also sense a shift in your ability to hold space for yourself emotionally. You no longer deny your feelings. You no longer push them down. You no longer ignore the messages they carry. Instead, you listen. You allow. You reflect. You understand. This emotional honesty strengthens your relationship with yourself, making you more capable of healing, adapting, growing, and rising. Because when you hear yourself clearly, you guide yourself wisely. This Monday will feel unbelievable because you have reached a place where you no longer run from yourself. You meet yourself. You support yourself. You stand with yourself. And that inner companionship changes everything about the way you move through the world. Chosen One, you may also notice a shift in how you interpret the behavior of others. You see behind the masks people wear. You feel the energy behind their words. You sense the truth behind their actions. This is not paranoia. It is perception. You have sharpened your intuition through experience, reflection, and emotional maturity. You no longer take everything at face value. You read situations with clarity. You recognize red flags without second-guessing yourself. You identify alignment without questioning your instincts. This intuitive insight will shape your Monday in meaningful ways, helping you navigate interactions with confidence and discernment. Another subtle but powerful change is your relationship with silence. Silence no longer feels uncomfortable or empty. It feels nourishing. It feels grounding. It feels like a place where you reconnect with yourself. In the past, silence may have triggered overthinking or restlessness. Now it brings clarity. It brings peace. It brings direction. This growing comfort with silence allows you to approach Monday with a calm mind that can see through noise and focus on what truly matters. Chosen one, your capacity for patience is also expanding. Not passive patience, but purposeful patience. The kind that understands timing. The kind that recognizes unfolding. The kind that trusts the process rather than forcing the outcome. This patience will influence the way you step into new opportunities, handle challenges, and respond to situations that once would have frustrated you. You may find that the things that once felt urgent now feel manageable, simply because your spirit is no longer rushing to keep up with anyone or anything. You may also be experiencing a softening in your attachments. You are no longer holding tightly to things that restrict your growth. You are no longer gripping situations out of fear of loss. You are no longer clinging to people who are not aligned with your direction. This release is creating space. Space for clarity, space for peace, space for new beginnings. And this spaciousness will make Monday feel lighter, more open, more expansive. Chosen one, you may even notice subtle shifts in your physical energy. You feel more grounded when you breathe. You feel more stable when you take steps. You feel more connected to your body, as if your internal world and physical world are finally syncing. This harmony between mind, body, and spirit strengthens your ability to move through the week with balance and grace. Your perspective is also widening. You are seeing your life from a higher vantage point. Situations that once felt defining now feel temporary. Disappointments that once felt crushing now feel like redirections. Moments that once felt chaotic now serve as reminders of your resilience. This elevated perspective changes your emotional landscape in powerful ways. It gives you emotional room to move, to think clearly, to choose wisely. Chosen one, you may also feel a growing curiosity about what is coming next in your life. Not anxiety, curiosity. Something within you senses that newness is approaching. Something within you feels the shift in your energy. Something within you recognizes that you have outgrown old versions of yourself and are now stepping into something more aligned, more intentional, more meaningful. This inner curiosity will make Monday feel like a gateway into a new chapter. You may also begin to notice that you are more gentle with your inner child. You understand the fears that once held you back. You recognize the patterns that once controlled you. You offer comfort to the parts of you that once felt unprotected. This self-compassion creates emotional healing that strengthens your confidence, your peace, and your sense of self-worth. Chosen one, your emotional growth has been steady, quiet, and deep. And now, as Monday approaches, you will begin to feel the strength of all that inner work rising to the surface. Chosen one, as this unbelievable Monday moves closer, you may find yourself becoming more aware of the patterns that no longer belong in your life. These patterns don't always disappear with force. Sometimes they simply fall away because you've outgrown them. Thoughts you used to entertain no longer feel natural. Habits that once consumed your time now feel misaligned. Emotional cycles that once trapped you now feel too small for who you've become. This natural shedding is not accidental. It is a sign that your spirit is preparing for a new flow of clarity and confidence. You may feel yourself recognizing old triggers with a new understanding. Instead of reacting, you observe. Instead of spiraling, you breathe. Instead of collapsing emotionally, you remain centered. This shift in your internal responses is not a coincidence. It is a reflection of the emotional maturity you've developed through lessons, reflection, and healing. Chosen one, you have learned to read yourself, and that self-awareness is reshaping your entire life. There is also a growing honesty forming within you. You no longer lie to yourself about what hurts you, what drains you, what confuses you, or what limits you. You no longer pretend to be comfortable with what is misaligned. You no longer silence your intuition to protect old attachments. This honesty is liberating. It removes emotional fog. It clarifies your path, and it sets you free from cycles you once felt trapped in. Chosen one, this Monday will feel unbelievable because you are entering it with a refreshed sense of personal truth. You are no longer walking into the week with the weight of pleasing others, defending yourself, or over-explaining your intentions. You are walking in with a clear understanding of your needs, your boundaries, and your worth. And when you carry that kind of clarity, life responds differently. You may also feel a subtle distance forming between you and the version of yourself who lived in survival mode. The version who overworked emotionally. The version who tolerated too much. The version who pushed through pain without acknowledging their needs. That version is fading, not because you rejected it, but because you healed it. You transformed through compassion, not force. And now, your spirit is stepping into a new era of emotional empowerment. Another shift rising within you is your ability to stay neutral in situations that once controlled your emotions. You no longer see everything as a threat. You no longer take everything personally. You no longer feel the need to react immediately. Neutrality is not indifference. It is maturity. It means you choose peace over chaos. It means you protect your energy instead of giving it away impulsively. It means you understand the difference between responding with wisdom and reacting from woundedness. Chosen one, this internal neutrality will make your Monday feel smoother, lighter, and more manageable. You will move through interactions without absorbing unnecessary energy. You will handle challenges with clear thinking rather than emotional exhaustion. You will navigate the day with a quiet strength that others may not fully understand, but will certainly feel. You may also notice that your emotional boundaries are becoming stronger, yet softer. You protect your peace, but not with walls, with wisdom. You no longer shut down. You simply don't overextend. You no longer isolate. You simply choose environments that nourish your spirit. You no longer fear connection. You simply honor the connections that align with your well-being. These refined boundaries shape the way you engage with your world, allowing you to feel safe within yourself, no matter where you are. There is also a deepening sense of gratitude forming within you. Not forced gratitude, not performative gratitude, but quiet, real gratitude. Gratitude for your growth, gratitude for your strength, gratitude for your awareness, gratitude for the lessons that shaped you, gratitude for the clarity that now guides you. This gratitude will color your Monday with softness and emotional depth. Chosen one, you are beginning to understand that emotional clarity is a form of abundance. Inner peace is a form of wealth. Self-awareness is a form of power. Boundaries are a form of protection. Healing is a form of transformation. And as you embody these truths, your presence changes. You become more centered, more magnetic, more intentional, more aligned. This Monday becomes unbelievable, not because it brings something extraordinary, but because you are entering it with a transformed inner world. You are no longer the person who moves through life hoping things will get better. You are the person who has become better internally, and that shift changes the way everything around you unfolds. Chosen one, there is also a strengthening in your sense of purpose. You may not know every detail of your next chapter, but you feel the pull. You feel the direction. You feel the inner momentum. You feel that something is reorganizing inside you, guiding you toward environments where your light is seen, where your gifts are acknowledged, where your growth is supported. This inner sense of direction is the compass that will shape the way you approach the week ahead. You may even find yourself needing more moments of solitude, not out of loneliness, but out of alignment. Solitude has become a place where your thoughts settle, where your intuition speaks, where your heart recalibrates. These moments of quiet are helping you organize your internal landscape before the new week begins. They are shaping your emotional clarity and sharpening your perception. Chosen one, you are entering this Monday like someone who has discovered the richness of their own soul. You see yourself more clearly. You understand yourself more deeply. You honor yourself more consistently. And because of this, you are becoming someone who moves through life with a balanced heart, a steady mind, and an awakened spirit. Chosen one, as this unbelievable Monday approaches, you may begin noticing a powerful shift in how you interpret moments that used to feel overwhelming. Where you once reacted quickly, you now respond slowly. Where you once felt pressured, you now feel centered. Where you once internalized everything, you now separate your truth from external noise. This emotional refinement is not accidental. It is the result of the inner work you've been doing quietly, day by day, moment by moment, breath by breath. And it is this refined awareness that will shape the tone of the week ahead. You may also recognize that your tolerance for certain behaviors or patterns has changed, not because you've become rigid, but because you have become aware. You are no longer available for emotional instability. You are no longer open to disrespect, even in subtle forms. You are no longer willing to shrink yourself to maintain someone else's comfort. These changes are signs of your self-worth expanding, your self-respect strengthening, and your emotional boundaries solidifying. This Monday will feel unbelievable because you will see yourself responding to situations from a place of power, rather than anxiety or hesitation. Chosen one, you may also feel a deeper connection with your intuitive impulses. You sense things before they unfold. You feel energetic shifts before they become visible. You understand dynamics before they are spoken. Your intuition is not louder, you are simply listening better. You are no longer drowning out your inner voice with noise, distraction, or self-doubt. Instead, you are meeting your intuition with trust. This trust will guide you through the week with clarity that feels almost effortless. You may begin to recognize small signs of internal freedom, moments where you no longer feel weighed down by what used to trouble you, moments where you move through challenges with lightness rather than heaviness. Moments where you choose peace instead of participating in emotional cycles that once drained you. And in these moments, you feel the quiet truth rising within you. You are no longer living from your wounds, but from your wisdom.